The Girl in the Graveyard, a short story, first-person narrative. I can't look away from her. The night stretches between us, a bruise that darkens the edges of the passenger window. The light spilling through the glass is a sick yellow, like fruit left to rot and fester in the sun. It's a color that haunts me. The girl next to me, Adeline, shifts in her seat, a subtle twitch that makes me grip the steering wheel tighter. My hands are stiff from the cold, my lips cracked from the air, but it's the girl beside me that keeps my attention. Her skin is like rain-drenched plastic, pale and tight. It shouldn't be beautiful, but it is. The body beside me shifts again, a finger prying at her seatbelt. Then 2 fingers. A crackle of static from the radio fills the silence as her body shifts slightly, her dead weight pulling at the fabric of the car seat. I don't want to look at her face, but I do. I can't help it. It's hers, her jawline, the nose that still bears the mark of a baseball hit when she was 12, just slightly off center. I remember that day like it was yesterday. The headlights cut through the dark, casting slashes of yellow light down the dirt road, the kind of yellow you see in jaundiced skin. I'm trying to keep my hands steady, trying to breathe, trying to push it all out of my head. But she's dead, and I'm bringing her home. 4 days ago, I walked into a hardware store and bought a shovel, a solid one, sturdy enough to lift a life on. 4 days I spent in my backyard, digging holes until the soil caked under my nails. 4 days spent with dirt spilling like secrets, and now here we are, driving down this empty, forgotten road. The trunk has the weight of something heavy inside it. The shovel rattles against the car's skin. Every time it shifts, my grip on the wheel tightens. It feels like it's trying to strangle me. I glance over at her again. Her skin is turning salmon gray now, and the left eye, it slips right out of its socket, hanging from the lid like a limp balloon. And then she pushes it back in with the heel of her hand. "Sorry, baby." Her voice comes out hoarse, strained. "I wasn't expecting company. I'm sure you understand." She smiles at me, though it's more of a grimace, her mouth stretched too far, the gums shell-pale and exposed. Her lips twitch like something unnatural. Her name floats between us in the darkness, Adeline Marcus, and for a moment, I wonder if I've done something terribly wrong, but I can't stop. I can't look away. Adeline Marcus died on October 31st. The coroner said suffocation. She suffocated, trapped inside a house that caught fire when a stupid prank went too far. The boys, they said it was an accident, that they didn't know she was inside when they tossed the match. For better or worse, I believe them. But she didn't have to be there. She didn't have to be home. She crawled out of the burning house, crawling on her hands and knees. The dress she wore, her Sunday dress, was singed at the knees. She was dead before she even hit the pavement. The house was already ashes by then. The boys got 25 to life, and the Marcus family got their daughter's grave. But I was left with guilt. Guilt that gnawed at me like hunger. A guilt that spiraled, like an Ouroboros, eating itself over and over again until it consumed me whole. Because this wasn't the kind of thing that happens to good people. I watch the water curl down the shower drain. It carries with it mortuary makeup, streaks of dirt, and faint insects, swarming and twisting in the pipes. There's grit on the floor, clinging to the drain, like memories I can't scrub away. Her body is crouched in the corner of the tub, her knees pulled up to her chest, vertebrae poking out of her back like cracked bones. The electric lights above her make her skin glow a sickly green. Her veins darken, rooted like old roots under the skin. She turns her face to the shower head, the water dripping over her, her fingers scraping at the powdery dirt under her nails. The whole scene feels wrong. It's wrong that she's here, that she's dead. I want to fix it, to clean it all. If I can scrub away the dirt, scrub away the body, maybe everything will be okay. But I can't. She looks up at me through the glass, her expression distant. She speaks slowly, her lips pale. It's not as bad as all that. I don't even think I felt a thing. But the words don't reach me. Not really. Not when she says it through lips the color of spoiled plums. I try to look away, but there's no escape from her, from the hollow gaze. I towel off and walk back to the living room. She's sitting on my sofa, the corpse of my best friend just sitting there like she's waiting for me to return. And she doesn't look like she's ever going to leave. There are ants in my sugar bowl. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. I try to remove them, picking them up with a fork, but they slip between the tines and spill all over the counter, leaving behind